Augusta city leaders are not ready to let the workers grade the boss. Under her contract with the city, Administrator Janice Allen Jackson is supposed to get a job evaluation once a year, with commissioners judging her performance. But some city leaders wanted to change that to a 360 review, meaning the people who work under Jackson take part in the evaluation. Count on WJBF News Channel 6's George Escala. He is live in our newsroom. And George, it's getting to be that time for Jackson's job to be evaluated.
Right, her current contract is up the end of this year, and that has Commissioner Sean Franham proposing a change in the method of evaluating the administrator to let department directors she supervises in on it. A majority of the commission is not receptive to the idea, at least not yet. Commissioner Sean Franham says Augusta's department director should have a say in grading the work of the city administrator.
How are we going to get anybody to want to come work here in the future if we're not hearing their concerns?
Are you hearing concerns from department directors about the administrator now?
I have had some concerns. I have heard some concerns, but I also have concerns personally.
Those concerns have Franham proposing changing the administrator's job evaluation method to allow department directors to join with commissioners.
I want to make sure that we're getting all the feedback we can, objective feedback as opposed to subjective feedback from the department heads.
But from other commissioners, the feedback isn't positive about changing the evaluation process for the city administrator, since her contract is ending this year.
That should have been in part of her contract when we initially done that. I think to do that type of evaluation at this particular time, I think is unfair to anybody.
But Franham's proposal does have support.
It allows some good feedback from the people that do work for you, and I think it's definitely helps in the learning process and opens up more communication.
A commission committee did not approve changing the evaluation process, but opponents say it is something they would consider in the future.
If she happens to get another contract, or whomever gets a contract here in Augusta Richmond County, I think that should be part of the process. I can support that moving forward.
Commissioner Franham says he wasn't surprised the committee didn't bite on the proposal. Now, however, he says he's confident that it will be discussed later and that it could be in Johnson's contract if it is renewed later this year.